Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of PTV Capital's Market Breakdown. I trust you guys are enjoying the video so far. Apparently we've been doing pretty well the first 3 videos so far. Our calls have been going actually accurate. So do well to subscribe and watch our videos as much as possible if it could help you. Alright, we'll just have a recap of what we did last week. Then we'll go into this week and see what's going to happen for this week. Alright guys, over to the charts. Now, let's start with the pound JPY. Last week, we're expecting a sell on pound, and we got that exactly. So last week pound we had this on the pound for last week. We had something like this on the pound for last week, and we're expecting a sell off on this pair. And I think it's safe to say that we got what we were expecting from the video. You can see. So this week, what would I be looking at for this week? Now, pound, it's at a strong level. Let's go on the weekly. Pound is bouncing off this level of support after this bullish move. So remember, price doesn't just go in one direction. Now, we have to have a retest. Now, this bearish week most likely is a retest, okay, of this bullish move. So I would be expecting more upside on pound coming into this week. I would be expecting more upside on pound JPY to be specific, coming into this week. So you see we have this trend line. Now I would want to see, take this trade, I would want to see let's just arrange this properly. I would want to see, already we have a strong hammer close signaling that we could push up, but since it's the start of the week, I want to wait and see what happens. I'm probably going to get into this trade during the London session. Okay, probably going to get into this trade during the London session. Now I want to see a push higher. I want to see a push higher, break of this, a retest, okay, and a confirmation of a buy before I take this trade. Then I want to see a break above this level 2 again before I go back and retest, then we look to buy this. Okay, and that's what I would want to see on the pound JPY. All right, let's go DXY. Remember, we always look at our DXY first before we start off any. Now DXY, we're looking to get into longs last week. We're looking to get into longs, rejections from this level, and as you guys see, price actually fell back out down here. But like I said, I said we have to wait for a break above this trend line, this counter trend line, sorry, before we actually take this. And we see price didn't break that, fell back down, but we've gotten the break now. We've gotten the break above this. If you remember from last time, I said the 97 level, I want to see a strong break above that before I look for the longs on this. Now we've finally gotten a strong break above that level, so it looks like we're going for a retest. So I'm waiting for this retest. Pick a fib, low to high. Now we could have a push all the way to 78 or 61, 78 level before we get the push back up. So that's what I'll be waiting for. So I'm more bullish on the USD for now. More bullish on the USD for now. So we could have a push from here into here. Then I'm looking to see this push back up. All right. Okay, so now we've looked at that. Let's see what the Euro USD and others are going to play around. So let's just go back to, let's start with the pound USD. Pound USD. Last week on the pound, I highlighted something important. Okay, last week on the pound I highlighted something important. I told you guys we had this play, and I told you I was expecting same thing here. So now we see, although we didn't come back exactly, but yeah, we pushed up a bit higher, but we still had a level of resistance. Now price has eventually now closed exactly below as I expected. All right, giving us the same play we had here before. So I would be waiting for a retest of this level, most likely, or price could just continue shooting down. Because remember, I am looking long on the DXY. So if I'm looking long on the DXY, then definitely pound USD, I'm expecting a short on it. So how would I take this? Now we have this trend line here. Price seems to have broken below that. Let's see how best we could utilize this. Okay, price seems to have broken below that. Let's take off some lines. Let's keep that chart a bit clean. So I would be waiting to see a rejection candle from somewhere here. Okay, before I take this sell, take a fib from high low. Now price could still push up a bit because you see a price push back up, so to create some form of wick, 61 level. So if I get that around the 61 level, I'll be looking for a reaction around the 61.50 retracement level for a possible sell. Or we could have that, or we could have price. So I could look for something like this. Even this could come up to here, 71 or 61 level. Then we have that sell back into this trend line. Now if this is broken, then we could fall back down. Okay, that is broken, then we could fall back down. Also, price could open up, push slightly, or just open up and start falling back down. So you always have to wait for confirmation. always have to wait for confirmation. You don't just take a trade because I said this is going to happen. I give you guys, I don't tend to give signals, but I just give you a direction of what I'm expecting of the market. Now, our students get in the correct price once we get into the chart. Like our students get the correct entries and exits. Okay, because we study the charts daily, we give out, okay, this is where we're looking at, this is what we're looking at. But on the videos like this, I just need to give you guys the overall direction of what I'm thinking, what might happen. Now, it is in your place to know how to use that. Now, that's where the knowledge comes in. So, if you want to know where exactly you have to get into and how exactly you can get into, you can always shoot us a message and join our student group, and we'll teach you how and when to know where to get into, know how to get into a trade. All right, that's for the pound USD. Let's look at the euro USD. Euro USD. And last week I was expecting a sell on the euro. We had a bit of a push higher. So this was just price trying to play with horn stop losses and all that. We had a bit push higher. Although we were expecting a buy, a sell, sorry, price didn't give us that rejection yet. Okay, so we didn't get into it yet until we got into this level. So you see price came into this supply zone and we started rejecting off there. And a lot of the students got into this trade. Okay, now what do we expect from this week? I would be expecting price is sitting on a strong level of support currently. So I want to see a pushback. We could see a pushback up. See a pushback up before the fall. We could see a pushback up, most likely 50.61 level before we get a fall. So we connect this. Price could do that, or price could do this. Okay. We could see a pushback up into 78 level. All right. 78 feet level before we get that fall back. All right, that's what I would be looking out for on the DX or on the euro. Okay, let's quickly go on gold. We had an excellent trade on gold last week. Gold gave us almost 400, if I'm not wrong, close to 500 pips last week. So last week, the price was somewhere here. If you see the previous video, you understand. So I was expecting a break and retest. I told you guys to wait for a break and retest. Then you buy the gold all the way up here. And price played exactly as needed. So we had a break, retest. Now we had that push all the way, exactly 500 or something pips. Let's just call it 500 pips, okay? Now, if we go over what the trades we took last week, it's safe to say we've made over 2,000 pips just from last week. So let's put together the first 3 weeks since we started the whole YouTube video. I would say it's safe to say we've covered over each week. We've covered an average of 1,500 pips each week. That's just from the pair we analyze on the YouTube video. Now we have other pairs we trade. Analysis we show our students, we trade with our students. But now this is what we show you guys here as the pairs, the major pairs that requested from our students. And it's safe to say we've averaged at least 1,500 pips every week. So imagine what we're doing in the student group with other pairs we trade. So don't be left out. Don't be left out. Shoot us a message and get the skill you need to change your financial status. All right. So I told you last week too that gold was playing around, all right, and I'm expecting. I have a feeling that gold's going to push back up to break this high. Now we'll still be ranging, but we're still in an uptrend overall. We've been ranging this market, but we're still in an uptrend overall. So I'm expecting. I'm still expecting a push. Most likely we might see a pullback, but I'm still expecting a push back up. But how would I take this? This price could come back down. Price could come back down here. Until we get a break below this support level and a retest, I'm still bullish on gold. Okay? Until we get this, I'm still bullish on gold. Alright? Now, I'm leaning more on the buy, so I could see price come here, then give us that rejection candle for the buy. Okay, that's what I would be looking out for on gold for this week. Okay, that being covered, let's quickly go into trying to keep this video as short as possible. Now, oil did really good last week. Last week we had oil at this level. Oil was at this level last week. So I told you guys that we could see a pushback higher on oil before the final fall. I told you we could see a pushback higher on oil before the final fall, and that's exactly what happened. So notice we had a push back to the highs, just like I said, before that fall. So if you were taking this trade after you've seen this pushback to this level, rejection from that level, now you've seen this candle, rejection candle form, your entry would have been from here. Okay, stop loss just above here. Yeah, you would have had a large stop loss because it's all we're playing around with. Now, but your risk to reward is still okay. So you had 100 pip stop loss for 340 pip take profit. Okay, so just with oil and gold, we've made over 800 pips. Then talking, if we add the JPY and add the JPY, the euro, the pound, see we've covered over 1,000 pips already. So what am I expecting on oil? Currently, I'm sitting out on oil for now because I'm in short already from here. Okay, so I'm just watching oil for now. Keep an eye on oil for now until it gives me a clear direction on where it wants to go. Okay, we could still see some push back up on oil. We could still see some push back up on oil, but for that to happen, I would want to see a break. I would want to see a break above this level. I would want to see a break above this level to take this oil back up. Other than that, if we see a rejection from that level, we get a retest, we get a break of this trend line, a retest, then we could sell back oil back into this lows. Now let's have a look at US 30. We covered US 32 last week. US 30. Okay. Let's go to daily. Take out everything. We're going to try quickly. Now last week on the US 30, we gave this out. So we had this price coming to this 78 retracement level, and I told you guys I'm definitely expecting a sell from this level. I'm definitely expecting a sell from that level. So what did we get there? You can see price faked up higher. Okay, price faked up higher. You see, we had that fake out higher. Got into this zone. So there were multiple entries on this, you're going to be taking oil from this zone. Okay, you're going to be taking oil from here. We actually got it to US 30. We actually got it to US 30 from this zone. So after we saw this break from here, took your fib, taking your fib from high to low. Okay, we came into that 70, almost 78 level. We traced from, we rejected from there. Now take this off. Rejected from that level. Okay, rejected from this level. We had the first bearish candle close. Okay, our entry was from here. We go into an entry from here. Stops just above the previous candle. Stops was just above the previous candle. Now we see oil cover. Sorry, I keep saying oil. US 30 covered over. Wow. We had over 3,000 pips on US 30. Over 2,200 pips on US 30. So just from US 30, gold, oil, we've made close to 3,000 pips alone last week. Now we haven't even looked at, we haven't included Euro USD, AUD USD. Okay, we haven't included that. So you can see we've made over 3,000 pips just from 3 pairs alone. Now if we include the US Euro, the Pound USD, the Pound JPY, the AUD USD we covered too, it's safe to say we're close to 4,000 pips just in a week. So guys, you can see that the videos are actually speaking for themselves. It's not like we making this up. Go watch the previous video, watch what has played out. Now, what are we expecting this week? What are we expecting this week? Some form of pullback, correction, definitely would happen. I'm expecting some form of correction on this. So we could get a push back up. We'll definitely see some form of correction. Okay, most likely to currently price is sitting on this level. Okay, in between this level. So how would I trade this? I'll wait to see what happens once price gets to here. We get a pushback. If we break this, okay, come back for a retest. What's that? Break that, come back for a retest. Now we could see a pushback up. Now how do we determine where? Let's use a fade from that to that. So we could see a pushback up into here, 78 level. Could see a pushback up into that level. See, that almost aligns with. So 78 level, or could push all the way into 61 level before we see a fall. So within these two levels, I would be looking for 78 or 61 level, and we could fake all the way up to 78 level. Most likely, I'm expecting 78 level retracement on this. I would be expecting 78 level retracement on this, most likely. Or I'll keep an eye on the 61 level too, and if this is broken, then 78 level. Then I'll look to see a good reversal, strong reversal confirmation from here before I look to take this trade back down. So I'm more bearish on this, on the US 30. Look to take this back down. First to these levels, that's broken, then we'll take first take profit, second final take profit. So that's what I will be waiting for on US 30. Okay, I'll just quickly go over AUD. Just quickly go over the AUD USD. AUD USD, we're expecting sales from this region. See, price pushback. I told you guys I'm expecting a rejection from this supply level, and which we have pushed all the way back. Now price sold off from here, came to this level, still push back up. So you have to know your levels of invalidation when you trade. You have to know your levels of invalidation. You have to know when price isn't ready yet to move for the move. Now you have to know how to read your price charts to know exactly when to leave your trade to run for a while. So we had this push all the way down here. Now after this, we didn't see a break of this. We got a bearish candle close this way, a bullish candle close this way. Okay, that would have signaled to us that, okay, maybe most likely price could push back up. All right, now after the second bullish candle close, if you were still in this trade, you should be taking profit. All right, and wait for the next line of action. Then you see price push back all the way back up into our supply zone again, give us another rejection. So this was your signal for another trade. Stop loss just above here. Okay, although yeah, we had a really wide stop loss because of your entry, depending on where you entered from. But you see, the risk to reward was worth it. We had an 82 pip stop loss. Let's say we entered on this candle, 82 pip stop loss, and take profit 190 pips on exactly on this support level. Okay, now that's a 1 to 2.3 risk to reward. Yeah, we know that that's not the perfect risk to reward, but it still played out as we expected. Now you could have gotten into a better entry on bigger time frame, on smaller time frame, sorry, my bad. Now from here, after this close, okay, this was your key to enter this trade. Here risk to reward will be much better. Okay, 50 pips, 53 pips stop loss, 200 pip take profit. Okay, because I told you guys I'm expecting a sell-off from this zone, expecting a sell-off from this supply zone. So I'll just give you guys what I think will happen in the market. It's up to you to know how to take that. Okay, now if you want more knowledge on how to execute these trades, how to get into these trades, execute the trades, we share all this execution with our students on the student page. Okay, we share our charts, how we're looking to take the trades, day-to-day analysis, breakdown analysis on our student page. So if you want more of the day-to-day analysis, more of the day-to-day chat work, okay, kindly send us a message. Okay, our details will be down below. Send us a message, all right, and we'll respond on time. Now, what am I looking at for this week on the AUD? Price has come into this level of support. Remember, I'm still looking. This has almost the same play as the pound USD and the euro USD. So I'm expecting some form of, either we'll see a pushback up or we could start selling off from here. So I would wait to see a good bearish reversal signal before I look to sell this. Back, because we still have room to move to the downside. We still have some room to the downside to travel. Okay, could still move all the way down to these levels. All right, still move all the way. Still see price move all the way down to these levels. So a slight push back up before we get the fall. Slight push back up before we get the fall. Still have room to move to these levels, and that's what I would be looking out for on the AUD. All right, let's look at pound NZD. Pound NZD, we've come to this strong level of support. Okay, this week has closed. We've had a bullish close this week, so I would be expecting a pull back up on pound NZD. I would be expecting price to pull back up. So I'm looking for longs this week on the pound NZD. we'll be looking for longs this week on the pound NZD. I want to see a strong reversal, bullish reversal pattern here or formation here to tell me that okay, we have buyers coming into the market. I want to see something like this, okay, a bullish engulfing or some form of reaction. And this would have been a good entry, but we didn't catch this on time. We didn't see this on time, so we missed this. So I would be looking for a strong reversal candle or reversal form of confirmation to look into taking buys on pound NZD. So that's my view on pound NZD for this week. Alright guys, so I think we've covered major pairs we look at. Most of the pairs that were requested, actually we look at more pairs than this, but we've covered most of the pairs requested for this week. So we keep our students updated on what we look at as the market evolves. Okay, so this week we would do more of what we've covered here and a few more pairs. We deal a lot more with exotics too in PTV. So from next week, subsequently, we had some requests from students to cover more of exotic pairs. So we'll start covering more of exotic pairs from next week. All right, either next week or the upper week. So we will look into that. Now, these are the pairs we're covering. These are the pairs we'll keep an eye on for this week and many more. If you want to know exactly, so what we do here on the video is just to give you our bias and the directional move for what we think. Now, if you want to know the pinpoint entries we take with the team and how to utilize what we see here, okay, directions we see here to your favor, you could join us. Send us a mail on any of our social media handles. Okay, shoot us a message, or you can send us an email. You can drop your comments, all right, in the comment section. We would do well to get back to you in time, so that you will join the team as soon as possible and start profiting from the market like our students do. So thank you very much for this video once again. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you and have a good trading week.